Welcome back to our channel US Coins World. Today, we're diving into the world of rare state quarter-dollar coins. Some of these could be worth a small fortune. If you've got quarters lying around, you won't want to miss this. Let's find out if you're sitting on hidden treasure. So let's continue our today's video on Top 1. Today we're diving into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, but don't let its size fool you. Hidden in plain sight is a piece of American history that's turning heads in the collector world. It's the United States Kentucky State Quarter from 2001, and if you have the right one, it could be worth an absolute fortune. Yes, you heard that right. So grab your magnifying glass, dig through those old coin jars, and get ready, because this coin could be the key to unlocking a serious payday. Let's rewind a little. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50 State Quarters program, honoring each of the 50 states with its own unique design. Kentucky's turn came in 2001, and its quarter is truly a tribute to American heritage. The design features a majestic thoroughbred horse standing behind a wooden fence, a nod to Kentucky's famous horse farms. In the background, the historic Federal Hill Mansion, known for its connection to the song My Old Kentucky Home. It's a beautiful design, full of Southern charm and cultural pride, but we're not just here for the art. We're here for what makes this coin special, what turns it from pocket change into a collector's dream. So, what makes this 2001 Kentucky State Quarter so rare and valuable? One word: errors. Minting errors are like lightning strikes, rare, unpredictable, and often incredibly valuable. And in the case of this Kentucky Quarter, a few very specific mistakes during production have made certain versions of this coin almost priceless. Some of these rare Kentucky quarters were struck off-center. Others have doubling on the lettering or imagery, especially around the words Kentucky or the details of the horse and mansion. There are even quarters with die cracks that create strange raised lines across the coin's surface. These are not just flaws, they're features that make the coin one of a kind. Now here's the catch: most people who own this coin have no idea what they're holding. It's easy to overlook, and that's what makes it even more exciting. Every time you spot a Kentucky quarter in your change, there's a thrill, a chance that you might be holding a rare error coin worth more than just 25 cents. Collectors are obsessed with these types of coins. Why? Because rarity and condition are everything in the numismatic world. A Kentucky quarter with the right error, in near-perfect or uncirculated condition, is like striking gold. It's not just a coin, it's a story, a mystery, a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered, and it gets better. Some of the most valuable Kentucky quarters have been graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, receiving high mint state ratings due to their pristine condition. Combine that with a rare minting error, and you've got a jackpot sitting in your palm. So now the big question: what's it worth? Are you ready? Because a rare 2001 Kentucky State Quarter with a highly unusual minting error, in flawless condition, has been valued at an eye-popping $89,000. That's right, $89,000 for a single quarter. So don't dismiss the coins in your pocket. That little piece of metal might be worth more than your car, or even your house. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more hidden treasures in everyday change, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another coin worth a fortune. Top 2. We're talking about the 2019 Lowell State Quarter from the United States Mint. This is not just any quarter, it's one that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, and it might be worth far more than you ever imagined. So stay with me until the very end, because the value of this little beauty just might blow your mind. Let's start with a little background. The 2019 Lowell Quarter was released as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which celebrated national parks, landmarks, and historic sites across all U.S. states and territories. The coin honors Lowell, Massachusetts, a city that played a major role in America's Industrial Revolution. It's a tribute to the hardworking women and men who powered the nation's textile mills in the 19th century. Now, what makes the Lowell Quarter truly captivating is its beautiful and symbolic design. On the reverse side, you'll find a female textile worker standing at a power loom, looking through a window at a mill with its towering smokestack. It's an image filled with motion, ambition, and a nod to America's industrial roots. This scene honors not only the machinery of progress but the human spirit behind it, especially the young women, often called mill girls, who made up much of the workforce in those days. But here's where things get really interesting for collectors. Most people see this coin and think it's just another quarter. But for those who know what to look for, those who really pay attention, there are rare and valuable errors that can make this 2019 Lowell quarter a true numismatic treasure. One of the most sought-after errors is a double die, where the image or lettering appears slightly doubled, often noticeable on the worker's hand, the windows, or the words Lowell and Massachusetts. These doubling errors are not just cosmetic quirks. They're indicators of a rare misstep during the minting process, which can drastically increase the coin's value. Other rare varieties include quarters that were struck off-center, giving the coin a unique, misaligned appearance. There are also coins with die cracks, cuds, or other die break errors that leave raised lines or blobs of metal in unusual places. These small imperfections may seem like flaws, but in the collector's world, they're golden tickets. Let's not forget about condition. A regular Lowell quarter pulled from circulation might be worth 25 cents, maybe a little more to the right collector. But if you find one with a rare error, and it's in mint state condition, meaning it's never been used or shows no signs of wear, now you're talking serious money. These coins become incredibly desirable when graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A high grade like MS 67 or higher, combined with a known mint error, can launch the value into the stratosphere. And here's the moment you've been waiting for: one such Lowell quarter, with a rare minting error and in pristine, uncirculated condition, has been reported with an auction value of an astonishing $86,000. Yes, you heard that right, $86,000 for a 25-cent coin. That's a life-changing amount of money that could be sitting unnoticed in someone's drawer, a forgotten change jar, or even your very own wallet. So here's the takeaway: don't overlook the everyday coins in your life. Sometimes, the rarest treasures are hidden in plain sight. Every coin tells a story, but some, like the Lowell quarter, tell a story worth thousands. Top 3. We're taking a close look at a seemingly ordinary coin that could be hiding something extraordinary. It's a piece of American currency that you've probably seen, maybe even spent or received as change, but if you're lucky enough to have the right one, it could be worth far more than face value. We're talking about the Maryland State Quarter from the year 2000. And trust me, you're going to want to check your coin collection after this video. Now, at first glance, the Maryland quarter doesn't look like anything special. It was released as part of the U.S. Mint's famous 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999 and ran through 2008. Each quarter in this series celebrates one of the 50 states with a unique design that reflects its history, culture, or iconic landmarks. For Maryland, the design is elegant and regal. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the Maryland State House dome, the oldest state capitol still in continuous legislative use and one of the most important symbols of Maryland's colonial history. It's surrounded by branches of the white oak, the official state tree, which adds a natural and symbolic frame to this proud representation of Maryland's heritage. But what's making collectors go wild over this coin isn't just its design, it's the rare errors and variations that occurred during minting. These subtle mistakes are what can take a quarter from being worth 25 cents to being worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. One of the most talked about errors involves double die strikes. These occur when the coin is struck more than once during production, causing slight but visible doubling in the lettering or design. On the Maryland quarter, doubling has been reported on the word Maryland, the phrase, the old line state, or even in the oak branches framing the State House. To a trained eye, these differences stand out, and to collectors, they're gold. There are also known examples of off-center strikes, where the coin is misaligned in the press, resulting in part of the design being cut off or shifted. This type of error creates a completely unique coin. No two off-center strikes are exactly the same. And that kind of rarity makes collectors' hearts race. Other rare varieties include die cracks, where the metal used to make the coin's design begins to wear out or crack, leaving raised lines or imperfections across the coin's surface. These may seem like tiny flaws, but they can add huge value, especially when they appear in highly visible areas, like across the State House dome or through the oak branches. And then there's condition. A Maryland quarter with one of these rare mint errors might still only fetch a small premium if it's heavily circulated. But a coin in mint state condition, with no signs of wear, still bright and crisp from the day it was struck, can command a whole different level of value. Coins graded at MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are extremely desirable, especially when paired with a known error. So how much can one of these rare Maryland quarters be worth? Here's the part that makes every collector's heart skip a beat. A 2000 Maryland state quarter, with a rare minting error and preserved in flawless uncirculated condition, has reached a stunning value of $86,000. Yes, you heard that right. $86,000. For a single quarter. Imagine holding something that looks so simple yet carries such incredible worth. So what does this mean for you? It means that the next time you check your pocket change, dig through an old coin jar, or flip through your collection, keep an eye out for that Maryland quarter. Look closely. Search for doubling, off-center strikes, cracks, or anything unusual. Because you never know, the next great coin discovery might just be waiting in your own hands. Top 4. We're spotlighting a coin that holds not only historical power, but possibly life-changing value. It's the 2015 Saratoga quarter, a coin that most people overlook, but collectors are quietly hunting down like buried treasure. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready, because you might be holding a tiny fortune in your pocket and not even know it yet. Let's take a trip back, way back to the 18th century. The coin we're talking about commemorates the Saratoga Campaign of 1777, one of the most pivotal moments in the American Revolutionary War. The Saratoga quarter was released in 2015 as part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and historic sites across the United States. This particular design captures a powerful scene, the surrender of British General John Burgoyne to American General Horatio Gates, symbolized by a British sword being handed over. A quiet yet monumental moment of victory for the Continental Army. It's not just a coin, it's a piece of storytelling, a frozen frame in the journey toward American independence. Now, most of these quarters made it into circulation, tossed in jars, vending machines, or lost under couch cushions. But a select few, a very rare few, were minted with errors and anomalies that transformed them from simple pocket change into collector gold. Let's talk about what those errors are and why they matter. Some 2015 Saratoga quarters have been discovered with double die errors, especially noticeable in the inscriptions like Saratoga, New York, or even E pluribus unum. This doubling effect happens when the coin is struck more than once incorrectly, creating a layered or shadow-like appearance on the text or images. These are rare mistakes, and collectors pay serious money to own them, but that's not all. Others have been found with off-center strikes, where the design is visibly misaligned, or with die cracks, which appear as strange raised lines or bumps running across the coin's surface. And then there are the few coins struck on the wrong metal planchets altogether. These are extraordinarily rare and can skyrocket in value because of their uniqueness. Even something as small as a missing detail, such as a faded line in the sword or part of the date appearing weak, can indicate a mint error that makes the coin more valuable. What truly determines how much one of these error quarters is worth? It comes down to three things: the type of error, the rarity of that specific variation, and most importantly, the condition of the coin. Coins that have been preserved in near perfect condition, never used in circulation, are known as being in mint state. If one of these rare error quarters is found in mint state, graded MS66, MS67, or even higher, it becomes an absolute prize for collectors. There are people who spend years searching for just one like it, and now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Among these rare gems, a 2015 Saratoga quarter, featuring a significant minting error and in pristine, uncirculated condition, has reached a jaw-dropping value of $83,000. Yes, you heard that right. $83,000 for a single 25-cent coin. Imagine finding that in your drawer or inside an old roll of quarters. Suddenly, your spare change becomes a life-changing discovery. So what should you do next? Simple. Check your coins. Look closely at your Saratoga quarters. Hold them under a light, use a magnifying glass, compare the details online, and see if anything looks even slightly off. And if you think you've got something special, get it professionally graded. Because that little coin might just be the rare piece someone's been waiting to add to their collection. If this kind of story gets your collector blood pumping, then be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. We're uncovering rare finds and valuable coins every single week, because in the world of numismatics, even the smallest details can lead to the biggest surprises. Top 5. We're diving into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins from the United States Mint State Quarters program. You've probably seen it before. Maybe it's in your change jar, tucked in your wallet, or sitting quietly in a drawer somewhere. But if you have the right one, you could be holding something worth far more than 25 cents. That we're talking about the 2002 Ohio State Quarter, a coin that tells a powerful story of American innovation, history, and exploration. But what makes this coin especially exciting isn't just its symbolism, it's the rare errors and conditions that have made certain versions of it worth a small fortune. So stay with me, because this is a coin you'll never look at the same way again. Let's start with the design. The Ohio State Quarter was the 17th released in the State Quarters program. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see a tribute to Ohio's legacy in aviation and space exploration. Prominently featured is an astronaut, representing famous Ohio-born space pioneers like John Glenn and Neil Armstrong, standing proudly beside the Wright Flyer, the aircraft created by the Wright brothers, who launched their first successful flight in 1903. Above it all, the words, "Birthplace of Aviation Pioneers." It's a design bursting with pride and history, reminding us just how much innovation has come from the Buckeye State. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Not all Ohio quarters were created equal. While millions were minted, only a handful contain errors, and these are the coins that have collectors scrambling. So what kind of errors are we talking about? Let's begin with the most famous, the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once by a misaligned die, causing noticeable doubling of letters, numbers, or design elements. On the Ohio quarter, doubling has been spotted in the word Ohio, in the astronaut's suit, and even in the fine lines of the Wright Flyer. These are not just minor imperfections, they're indicators of rare minting mistakes that make the coin instantly more valuable. Another error to look for is the off-center strike, where the design appears shifted or partially cut off. The further off-center the strike, the more unique and valuable the coin becomes. Each one is like a snowflake, no two are exactly alike. Some quarters also suffer from die breaks or cracks, which create raised lines or lumps of metal that shouldn't be there. These can appear across the astronaut, through the aircraft, or even cutting through the state outline. These imperfections are incredibly attractive to collectors because they're uncommon and make the coin truly one of a kind. And then we have the holy grail of mistakes, coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a quarter that was accidentally minted on a dime blank or even a foreign coin blank. These types of errors are unbelievably rare and can send the value of a coin skyrocketing, but let's not forget the most important factor in all of this, condition. If a coin with one of these rare errors is found in uncirculated, mint state condition, with no signs of wear, no scratches, and strong, clear details, it becomes incredibly desirable. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC assign these coins a grade, and the higher the grade, the higher the value. So now the big question, how much could one of these rare 2002 Ohio quarters actually be worth? Well, brace yourself, because one such coin, featuring a significant minting error and preserved in flawless, uncirculated condition, has reached a value of an unbelievable $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. $80,000. For a single state quarter. That's enough to buy a brand new car, or even a house in some parts of the country. And what's even crazier? That coin could be sitting in someone's pocket right now, completely unnoticed. So here's your mission, go check your coins. Pull out that old collection. Look through your spare change. Examine every 2002 Ohio quarter you find under a light, or with a magnifying glass. Pay close attention to the fine details, because you just might have something incredibly rare without even knowing it. And if you love stories like this, rare coins, unexpected value, and pieces of history hidden in plain sight, then don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss the next unbelievable coin discovery. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and happy collecting.